Welcome to Premier Sports Talk. We are live in the studio, bringing you the sports talk show for the people. Let's dive in.
What's happening, everybody? What's happening, everybody? I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk, and I'm giving you another Premier drop on this Wednesday, July 30th. Day 2 of the Browns training camp, pre-practice, press conferences, everything that I've been told, heard on the social media airways is that we're supposed to hear from key interviews, Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. Hey, some dropping news for you. There's already been a clip that's going viral. Coach Deshaun Sanders, Mr. Primetime himself, is on the Cleveland Browns practice facility in Berea with Well-Off Media to see his son, Shedeur Sanders, take day 1 practice rest. That's right. Coach Prime, Shedeur Sanders' father, is at the training facility to watch his son practice, take a QB1 rest today. Boy, when I woke up this morning, I knew something was going to be special about this day. Hey, and it's special just because we got the breath of life. But without any further ado, we're going to tap into this press conference. I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, share. If you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll get every Premier Sports Talk airing. I'm Double P, giving the people what they want. It's time to get cooking, y'all. It's time to get cooking. Let's see what they got to say.
Got you.
So, Jared, how does it feel to be in orange and brown for the first time and be here in Browns camp instead of a Rams camp?
Nah, it's good. It's good. I mean, I like it out here. I like it a lot. Ohio. That's where I grew up and everything like that. I think I look good in brown and orange. So, I think I'm doing my thing with the colors and stuff. But it's good to be back around teammates and everything like that. You get that month and a half off to digest everything, and you come back and you're just ready to work.
Do you already feel like part of the game that you're going to spring?
Yeah, I felt like part of the team the first day here. The guys were understanding of the circumstances. They gave me a little bit of time to, remorse and everything like that. But I feel like I'm a brother. I feel like I've been with these dudes all year, all OTAs.
Did you during the offseason, did you try to find a way to connect with some guys like Alex or Isaiah or guys in the room?
Yeah, I got some training with a couple of the guys. Me and Q had ended up going to a wedding together. I got to see A-Wright and a couple of the other guys while I was on a little vacation. I got to spend some good time with everybody.
I know you've never been teammates long with Denzel Ward and Delpit, but just seeing them get those extensions, how excited were you for not only them, but what it says about the defense and the level you guys are trying to compete at?
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can tell they're very humble. They get in the locker room, everybody, they get paid. You know how guys are like, oh, yeah, you got paid. They real humble and everything like that, try to downplay it. Man, that's big money, and I'm very happy for them and their families. They're able to, rejoice and all that. But they came back the next day just ready to work. It wasn't anything about the money or anything like that. They're ready to move on.
Does it feel different than your first 2 camps with the 49ers?
Oh, Rams, but you good. You good.
Yeah.
I don't feel no different. At the end of the day, football is just football. You just work. Obviously it's a different area, different, vibe, different playbook, and I'm ready for all of that.
Jared, sacks aren't everything. We all know that. What do you think the next evolution of your sack game brings you to?
It's just finishing. When you look at the numbers and everything like that, and I'm never a big stat guy, big number guy, but to be translucent with it, to talk about the statistics of it all, I'm one of the highest pressure rates, but pressures don't mean anything if you can't finish. Getting to the quarterback means nothing if you can't finish. Yeah, it throws him off a little bit and messes with his head, but, sacks is what puts them back a little bit, and that's just, finishing is just my biggest part. 100, 1,000. I want to finish as many times as possible. As many times as I get back there, I want to finish.
Jared, the Browns are hopeful that they can sign Shedeur. So I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on that, and how do you guys think that you two guys will pair together?
Yeah, Clowney's obviously one of the best rushers I've ever, watched. Watching his film from college and everything like that. That's one of the biggest reasons I even ever played DN. So, having that dude in the room would be, monumental for me. But I will say, having that vet presence is probably even bigger than just, my personal honor of him. Having that vet presence, someone that's been around the game, someone that can teach you things like that. That's why I went to the Sack Summit, to be around, Von Miller, Max Crosby, all these, high-end rushes, because you can learn so much from them.
Did you get a chance to talk to him when he was here yesterday?
No, I didn't even get to see him. I heard about word of mouth.
When you talk about finishing, what do you think
is that next step for you? How do you go about finishing?
I think it's just, working on grip strength and everything like that. You can get your hands on them, you can throw them around and everything like that. But with the game, the way it's evolving, quarterbacks are getting stronger. They'll be able to move a little bit faster, everything like that. So if you get your hands on them, you might not get another chance to do that. You just got to handle it right then and there.
You're obviously focusing on getting acclimated yourself, but as things get wrapped up and what you've seen so far from the guys around you, what do you like about the depth of pieces on the defensive line, especially on the defense?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very confident that if I go out of the game, somebody can come right behind me and handle that. It's not something I've always been used to. Sometimes I got to go into the game, I got to go 7, 8, 9, 10 plays, get off a play, and then go back in. And having those people behind you that you can trust to go in and help hold things down for a play or two while I get my little breath out, maybe 3, and then let me come back in and just dominate. Having that, that second string, that little bit of depth is monumental.
Jared, there's not a lot said about your ability and willingness to come in immediately in the spring and start being a vocal leader, not really, almost like you've been here for years. Well, where did you maybe develop that over the course of your career? Why is that something that you felt comfortable doing the same time?
Yeah, I mean, that's just honestly from my dad. My dad's always been a vocal person. He's always, if something's wrong, if something's not the way that he would like it up to his standards, he's going to voice it. And that's something I've just carried with my whole life. From when I was in college, high school, everything like that, just going all the way up to the league. That's something I did with the Rams. And I got in trouble with it a couple times at the Rams being too vocal, but that's just something, that's the way I am. I just want I hold everybody to a high standard because I hold myself to a high standard. Nah, it was Sean.
At the Zach Summit, you mentioned, do you learn how to develop different moves?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we watched a bunch of different players' tapes and everything like that. When my tape came up, Vaughn and Max and Cam Jordan, they were quick to, announce, hey, your best power in the league. They're like, you can walk anybody back. Once you work a move off that, you'll be unstoppable. You'll go from, 7, 8, 9 sacks to 20s, going into those higher numbers. And he was like, that's just what it takes. And, we were not only just talking about it when we got into the field, they was able to tell me, hey, try this. Vaughn took me aside for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes. It was really giving me that vet presence of like, hey, here's what you got to do. Try this move, try this move. It doesn't work for me, but this might work for you. Or this works really well for me. Try this.
When and where was that?
It was in Vegas on July, before the wedding. So I think it was July 10th.
So that's your kind of thing towards camp, personally, to develop more moves?
Yeah, I think right now is the time to try out things and, figure out what works for you. Obviously, I tried so many things during the offseason, on bags and on air, but trying it against, Fanu, against these actual, legit tackles that can actually really work. And, they're trying to get better also, and they're trying to see these new moves too. It will help me figure out what I can add to the game.
Hey, so do you think it would be unfair if fans compare you to Myles Garrett?
I mean, I think it's a bottom line. Don't compare me to anyone. I'm not Myles. I'm not this guy. I'm not that guy. I'm Jared. I'm going to put a whole standard to what DN should be like, and that's going to put me against like what DN should be like. Don't put me against a specific player. I'm going to raise the standard of any defensive player, period.
Speak that, Jared Verse.
100%. I mean, obviously we're signing him, to help on the field, to help, the team develop as a whole. But I think me personally, selfishly, I think it would be very, helpful to have that vet presence around me.
Do you need to prove in training camp that you've got those counter moves before you try them in the game, or is that something you already feel like get to week 1, you can go try those counters to your power?
I mean, you got to try it every day. You can't just pull anything out in game, because if you pull something out in game and you look dumb, you're gonna be all over social media looking stupid. Nah, you got to try that in practice, and that goes for anything in life. You gotta practice it 100 times. Trent Williams, these Deion Dawkins, these real legit tackles, they're gonna mess you up doing that.
Just along the lines of trying out all these moves, I guess when people talk about you as a pass rusher, they obviously bring up your power first. But is there any part of your game that you either think is underrated, or like you think you really have room to grow in terms of how you're getting to quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about too much what people think about my game, like if it's underrated, overrated, anything like that. I have a lot of things I want to grow. I mean, if you ask me about anything, I want to grow my power even more. Like, I just want to become better at every aspect of the game constantly, whether it's the run, whether it's speed moves, counter moves, going inside, going outside, anything. I just want to become better.
Jared, do you feel like you're going to be someone on these defensive lines and defense in general that kind of brings guys together? Anytime I saw video clips of you with in LA, you just kind of really, gregarious and guys, your teammates. What impact do you think you can have on this defense in that way?
I just want to elevate everyone around me. Obviously, I want to be the best player I can possibly be, get all the sacks, get the defense player of the year, go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. I obviously don't want to win all that. the biggest thing I care about is just what's happening today, and that's just to make my teammates better out there in any aspect I possibly can.
Here, Coach Monken mentioned the possibility of starters maybe playing some of the preseason games, which obviously never happened when you were on Deshaun. Just as far as trying out those new moves and maybe during the joint workouts against the Bills, how beneficial is it getting that?
Yeah, I mean, especially, when you talk about the Bills, I'm very excited just because Dion's someone I'm very, I'd love to go up against, somebody I'd love to work against. I'm very excited for that, to try out some moves against, a different type of tackle. Obviously they're going to learn my habits out here very quickly after a couple of weeks of going up against each other every day. That's just how it naturally goes. But when you go up against somebody you see maybe once a year, because I've only seen them 2 years ago, it's going to be a lot different. So I'm excited, whether we play in the preseason, whether we don't, I'm just ready to work. Yeah, no, he definitely got that old school vibe, like that real nitty gritty. Hey, let's get to work. Let's not play around, everything like that. Off the field, he's the nicest dude. He's a conversation, everything like that. On the field, you kind of like lean away from him, like you kind of like, all right, cool, I got you, coach. But no, that's just, I think it's very good to have a coach like that. Someone that can, differentiate, fun and real work.
Last one. We saw that Deion Sanders this year, and to see Shedeur just with his larger than life reputation as a defender in the NFL. Are you excited to meet him and maybe talk to him a little bit today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's one of the best to ever do it. As a Florida State guy, I've always watched him. I was idolizing him, watching, going around the facility. You see his picture on every other wall. Like, it's crazy. So I'm just ready to, talk to him, dissect his brain a little bit about the game. Obviously, we play different positions, but you still take a lot away from him. Y'all have a good one.
So everyone, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And I'm about to give you some news because I don't think you know. While we were watching this, we're still waiting for what they put out on the media availability agenda. They didn't have Jared Verse, so I'm glad we got to hear from him. But we're supposed to be hearing before practice from Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. But some breaking news. Breaking news. If you got a Twitter account, X account, I don't want to mess up this live feed. Shedeur Sanders got some added pressure on him today. And the reason why I'm saying it's added pressure, Coach Prime Deion Sanders, they were already showing clips. It's been on ESPN Cleveland. Well, media, Ashley Holder, another reporter up there. Coach Prime is at today's practice to watch his son, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders, if you don't know, he is getting all the number one reps today. All the number one reps today. So I don't know if any of you ever played sports and you had a family member or somebody that was, family member, your parents, whoever, and they was watching you practice or watching you playing a game. We was side-eyed it, trying to see their reaction to how we played. So I just want to see Shedeur practice well. I hope it gets them fired up to even get more down in and focused. But yeah, we waiting on Jared Verse got done. The media waiting for the next person to come up. So I got to run my mouth while we're waiting for hopefully Watson or Shedeur come up. They said all over the media presence, and you Google it or ChatGPT or Gemini, or you go to Cleveland Browns channel. Today is the day that we are supposed to hear from Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know. Oh, we got Grant Delpit coming up. Grant Delpit coming up. What's going on? What's going on? Either they're going to have a lot of people speak before the media. Grant Delpit just got a 3-year, $42 or $48 million deal. They got him speaking to the media. I will fast forward this. The time is 12:24. But I'm going to push this forward so I can show it. Because I'm salivating, waiting to see wanting to see Grant Delpit. What's going on? What's going on? So my feed is a little behind. I do apologize, y'all. I do apologize. I do apologize. Bear with me. Bear with me. There's some technical difficulties going on. Y'all tell me in the chat who you think's gonna who you think will end up being QB1, y'all. Y'all tell me. Let me back this up and start sharing this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm getting there. Had a little glitch here.
The trust that the Browns organization has in me, teammates, coaches, it says a lot to make it to this third contract and to be locked in for the long haul. City of Cleveland behind me, it's an amazing feeling. So, I can't really put it into words, but it's just such a blessing to have that, and I'll definitely take advantage of it.
You got drafted.
Kind of a spectator in practice. He comes up with your news behind. What's the back? What was the kind of moment like when you found out you?
Yeah, I think y'all knew what was kind of going on, and they were working on it. So I knew it could probably happen at any moment, but AB came jogging on the field and told me it was done, and that if I wanted to practice, they'll honor my deal, and since I haven't signed yet, so can't say good things about AB too, getting it done, and my team going back and forth and getting it done. So yeah, so he said I could practice, and I said, all right, give me my helmet, let's go.
For you, is there any question, just for you personally, after Miles Garrett got traded, because I think there were externally about what direction everyone was going in, but did you ever waver on whether you thought you would be here or whether you wanted to be here, and if not, why not?
I mean, listen, Miles is a generational player. It hurts to lose him. Like, I won't downplay that at all. So, of course, trying to figure out, like, what exactly the organization was trying to do in that move. But it's not up to me. We got V8, he's an amazing player. We got a new defense coordinator. Everything going pretty smooth right now. So, like I said, we're going to miss Miles. Great, like, generational player. But, we can control what we can control, and can't do much about that. To move on. Well, Jeff, the next step for the defense would probably just be, I think that this exotic defense that Rudy has, it's a lot of communication. It's a lot of disguise. It's a lot of, confusion for the offense. So once we square away what we can square away, limit the mistakes on our side, I think it's going to make the offense so much better. So I think we just got to iron sharpen iron mentality and be the best we can be in this camp.
Brent, going back to 2 years, you expect more from yourself.
Yeah.
Still in that mindset, and what's more left for you to get?
Yeah, I think that everything's about winning, right? So no matter how good you do, how bad you do, like, it doesn't matter if we win 3 games this season. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I have so much more left in the tank. The guys feel the same way. We worked so hard this offseason, training camp, and we haven't got the results the past 2 years, past couple years. So, like, I'm never satisfied with losing. It's just nothing that to get used to, and it's sickening. It's like a disease. It spreads. So let's get the medicine, right?
Brent, going back to how long you've been in the this organization, as you've kind of grown in it off the field. How much have you sort of tried to grab more and more, of becoming kind of a leader in the locker room, whether it's by example or both one? How have you seen that how have you seen yourself grow in that responsibility?
No, I think it happens naturally over the years, but you got to accept that, I am that guy. Anything you do is under a microscope. People are going to follow you. People are gonna do what you do, so do it the right way. And it's not like you just wake up one day and do that. It's from playing time. It's from experience, plays you make, and relationship with the guys. So I've accepted that role and taking the defense, on my hands. And I know a couple of other guys have done the same thing. So it's time to go.
Brandon, your larger scale, you mentioned, Monty Miles trade also. So there's so much that changes.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, a lot of new guys, flash, that kind of
Sure.
when all this new kind of comes in, feel like some new culture,
Yeah.
what role do you still play helping usher in this new era?
You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of brownies on the team. A lot of brownies. We the bronze. I feel like be the bronze to the brownies. It's a young team, man, and I feel like I'm not old. I've just been here for a little while, so. Just them young guys, they have so much energy, man, and we want to use that in a positive way. So it's like just trying to show them the path, guide them on the right way, but at the same time, still be who they are, still because that's why you're here.
I agree with
You guys are hopeful, re-signing Shedeur and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just wondering, we got this one yesterday, I'm not sure if you did it, but when do you think there's one possibly coming back? And what do you think is going to happen to the
I didn't get a chance to see him yesterday. I heard he was in the building, but I know I'm gonna laugh. This dude's the funniest dude ever. This dude is, as y'all might know, like he got jokes for days, and of course he has experience for days as well. So, like I said, when he was here, the run stopping ability, first of all, violent, relentless pursuit to the ball in the pass game. So I think it comes all the way. I know he's aged a little bit too, so he got that wisdom on him now and all that. So if they sign him, it's great.
Andrew talked about the young vets in you and Denzel not being old, but being senior.
Denzel's a little old.
He said that it was a fit for them for you guys to be here, not just because you were 10 years vets, but because you were a good player who brought out here, and that you're home run big enough at the time. How much does that mean to you that not only they see you that way, but they're leaning on you to kind of carry that torch and be that leader?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't look at it as a burden or anything like that. I think it's a blessing to be able to have been here for so long and to show the guys the way. They said I was like the third or second most tenured Brown now and stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy to hear that. But let's keep it real. Like the rookies come into Cleveland, don't know what to expect. They don't think it's a lot to do in Cleveland. It's that and the third. So it's cool to show them that what the city can offer and what we can offer to the city as well.
You mentioned Burks earlier, Grant. Just what have you seen of him with this team?
Yeah.
And how good do you think he is?
Yeah, I swear I didn't even know he was in his third year. The way he carries himself, the way he's vocal about things, being the natural leader that he is already. So, listen, it's not an easy situation to handle what he handled. I think he's handling it as well as he can. You really wouldn't even tell that he wasn't on this team beforehand. So it's saying a lot with the situation he's been through. I can't wait to see what he does this year.
Since you've been here, since pretty much the defensive team,
Yeah. Oh.
So I'm wondering, how encouraged are you that can change? Talk about winning.
Yeah, listen, we know it's an offensive league, and listen, we know that we can make our offense better, and we know that our offense has a whole new look this year. So it's been started already, OTAs and doing whatnot, but as a defensive player, I can only worry about what I could do. I can't worry about what the offense has going on. All I can worry about is being the best we could be, because if we start wavering, we let up 40, 30 points a game, they have no chance. So we can go do what we do.
Deion Sanders is here today, and obviously being a defensive back, how excited are you to maybe get a chance to talk to him a little bit and pick his brains or spend a minute with him?
Sure, yeah, I'm man. If it happens, it happens. But I'm at practice. We doing what we do. I know he's out here supporting this kid and doing what he does as a dad. So, I I'm not too worried about that.
People talk about Rudy and the secondary knowledge that he has and his experience and kind of crafting that level of defense always comes up. I guess I'm not going to give away any secrets, but are there things that you've never gotten to do before? Something you're particularly excited about in the system that you guys have going forward?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a lot. I mean, if you watch Atlanta's defense from last year, so it's a lot of crossover stuff, obviously. But trying to mix it into what we do well as well. Don't want to switch it up too much. But it's going to be different, man. It's a lot of new calls. It's a lot of new terms. It's a lot more communication, a lot more disguise. So, I know our offense is hating it right now, so that's a good sign for us. Oh, raw talent. I think he don't say a lot, but his play through the talk, and he play at 1,000 miles per hour. So I'm excited when we put the pads on to see how he is. I know he's gonna get around that ball as well. So he's just open ears, man, learning. I'm doing everything I can to get him on track. But I feel like he's ahead of me because he's been here for so long doing his thing with this new defense. So we're just making each other better and getting to that point of where he stepped on the field, man. He got full confidence.
Kramer, he was drafted. Did you ever think you'd sign a third contract?
Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Close that out. I hope. Yeah. Breaking news is that Coach Prime is on the facility. What's up, Janet? Coach Prime is on the facility, y'all. Blew me away. I'm gonna show you these two clips I have. There's a clip of Bucky, well-off media, Bucky Jr. walking with his father on the field. There's a clip. There's actually three clips. I was trying to, as it was popping up on my phone, I'm trying to drop them in on his feed. Everywhere on social media, I got to change this thumbnail, is that they said that prior to practice that Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson was going to speak. But also it said that speaking before practice, and there'll be a interview session after practice. So they said on all the social media things that you checked, said that Watson and Shedeur was going to speak before. Well, it looks like they had Verse and Delpit speak before, and we're here after Watson after the practice. My plan is to go solo, show you live highlight clips of the practice, drive this jet myself today. Won't be doing a live collaboration. But let me show you, I seeing is believing, so I got to show you all. I have to show you all that I'm telling you all the truth, that Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, is at the facility, y'all. I got to show it to you. I'm keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it real so everybody can see. That is Cleveland, Ohio, Berea facility. Coach Prime. Coach Prime is there, y'all. Boy, that's putting some added pressure on Shedeur Sanders. I'm just saying, it's putting some added pressure on Shedeur Sanders. His pops at the facility. If you don't know, you're about to know, Miss Janet and real RR TV is Deion Sanders is getting all the number one reps today. So Shedeur balled out yesterday, went 16 for 19. Deshaun Watson went 12 for 22 in the reps. They're doing installs this week, so there's a lot of things they got to learn. Just like we heard Grant Delpit say when they was interviewing him, there's a whole lot of changes to the defense that the offense is not aware of. So this is a real learning session. So just how Deshaun Watson was having some struggles yesterday, be prepared to see Shedeur may have some struggles. But breaking news, if you didn't already know, here on Premier Sports Talk, Coach Prime is at the facility, y'all. Coach Prime is at the facility. There's another clip in here. There's another, not unless I closed it out. But that's proof. That is proof. Practice is at I'm going live at 1:30. I think practice starts at 1:15, so everybody know. So if you want to, you would probably check around 1:15 in case they start early. I know it is my intention to drive this ship solo. Yesterday I was doing a live collaboration with my brother Reese Will up there in Ohio. But I do plan on coming on today. That's the intent, to show you real game time live highlights on the field. And there is a clip of Coach Prime is talking one-on-one. It shows it. Somebody was recording it up there of Coach Prime talking to Todd Monken one-on-one outside on the field. And if I can find it, you know what? I'll have the clips ready for my live airing. I'll have my clips ready for my live airing of the Cleveland Browns Day 2. Shedeur Sanders taking all the #1 reps. I'll show those clips, but this is proof. Coach Prime is in Berea on the facility right now. There's 3 or 4 clips. If you got a Twitter or X channel, just go on there. You want to look up Ashley Holder. You want to look up, it's the Orange and Brown podcast. They're the ones that had the clip of Coach Prime talking to Todd Monken one-on-one out in the field. And if you want to bear with me, I'll try to locate it real quick so I can show y'all that clip. Just bear with me. I need to look up Orange and Brown podcast. Let me know how y'all doing today. Orange and Brown. I thought it was Orange and Brown podcast. You know what? I got to get ready for this practice that's about to start. Make sure I got everything straight. I got to correct this daggone thumbnail since Shedeur and Watson didn't speak before practice. But the plan is for me to go live here, y'all, showing the live highlights like me and Reese Will did yesterday. I hope you enjoyed listening to Jared Verse, listening to Grant Delpit. And again, thank you all for tapping in and supporting. I appreciate you all. I'm your host, Double P. I try to give the people what they want. Y'all have a blessed one. Hey, like I said, I plan on going on live for practice, showing the live highlights. And I'll have the clips. There's 4 of them right now. Bucky and his father walking on the field. Deion Sanders walking inside the Browns facility on the inside while they're working on some practice stuff on the inside. And then there's also a clip of what I saw so far of Todd Monken talking one-on-one with Coach Prime, Shedeur Sanders' father. They're out there, trust me, and I'll show it and I'll have the clips for the live practice. Y'all have a blessed one. See you when I see you. Hopefully, not long. We'll see you sooner rather than later.